The country has completed 2 weeks of the nationwide lockdown. The government has extended the lockdown by 8 more days starting today as we enter the second phase in our fight against COVID-19. Meanwhile, the global death toll from the deadly virus continues to climb at over 74,000. But on the brighter side, there has been over 278,000 cases of recovery. Good morning, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. The government extends the lockdown period by 8 more days till the 15th of April. The government says there is continued risk of possible COVID-19 outbreak in the country. The government dispatches an expert team to the worst affected districts of Kailali, Kantipur and Baglung to conduct rapid tests of novel coronavirus. The death toll in the United States crosses 10,000. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson moved to the intensive care unit after his coronavirus symptoms worsened. And Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola's mother, Dolores Salacario, dies in Barcelona at the age of 82 after contracting coronavirus. The government has extended the ongoing lockdown by 8 days till 15th of April. The meeting of the Council of Ministers held yesterday at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar decided to extend the lockdown as the nation has entered the second phase of a potential coronavirus outbreak. The government cited continued risk as the reason for the extension. Nepal is under lockdown since 24th of March. Likewise, the cabinet meeting also appointed Mahaprasad Adhikari as the governor of the Nepal Rashtra Bank. The cabinet appointed Adhikari among 3 of the candidates recommended by the committee under the coordination of Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatiwada.
खुला सीमाबाट पनि हुने आवागमन रोक्ने जुन निर्णय गरिएको थियो त्यसलाई पनि 2077 साल वैशाख 3 गते राति 12 बजेसम्मको लागि बढाइएको छ। यो सन्दर्भमा आवागमन रोके पनि ढुवानी अति आवश्यक वस्तुहरूको ढुवानी यथावत राख्ने भन्ने निर्णय भएको छ। तेस्रो चाहिँ नेपाल राष्ट्र बैंकको गभर्नरमा महाप्रसाद अधिकारीलाई नियुक्त गर्ने निर्णय भएको छ। चौथो चाहिँ स्वास्थ्य स्वयंसेविकाहरूलाई अहिलेको कोरोना रोकथाममा परिचालन गर्न र खास गरी क्वारेन्टाइनमा नागरिकहरू जो बस्नुपर्ने हो बसे नबसेको हेर्न र अरू पनि स्वास्थ्य सेवाको कामलाई उत्प्रेरित गर्नको लागि एक पटकको लागि प्रति व्यक्ति 1500 प्रोत्साहन स्वरूप रकम उपलब्ध गराउने भन्ने निर्णय भएको छ।
Meanwhile, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is scheduled to address the nation this morning at 11. We will be bringing you the live coverage of the Prime Minister's address on Kantipur television. Mahaprasad Adhikari, the chief executive at the investment board, has now been appointed as the governor of the central bank with 1 year of his term still to expire. Prior to this, Adhikari was once recommended to the position of the governor, while he had also served as the deputy governor of the central bank. Adhikari's appointment this time around, therefore, was expected. However, he faces huge challenges at a time when the economy is reeling under the impact of novel coronavirus. Adhikari's appointment has come when the country's tourism and industries have been gravely affected. The situation is such that the leaders are unable to submit their monthly installments at banks, which had led to the decision of increasing the time period to furnish interest amount and other installments. The import had dwindled considerably, affecting revenue collection. Given the scenario, the biggest challenge facing the newly appointed governor would be to revive the economy greatly hampered by COVID-19 and its side effects. The government's earlier projection of 8.5% economic growth is already a far cry, while the Asian Development Bank has indicated to a growth rate of less than 6%. The newly appointed governor Mahaprasad Adhikari has also said that revamping the reeling economy would be his topmost priority, and the policies adopted by the new governor in the coming days is bound to shape the future of the Nepalese economy. The government has so far carried out 1,600 tests for coronavirus. However, the number of infections has largely remained under control as of now. 107 individuals suspected of coronavirus infection have been kept in isolation in various hospitals across the country. Likewise, over 9,000 people have been kept in quarantine. The government has expedited coronavirus tests as hundreds of thousands of individuals have entered the country despite the lockdown. According to spokesman of the Health Ministry, Vikas Devkota, the government is now testing for COVID-19 infection from 10 laboratories. Likewise, speaking at the daily press conference yesterday, Devkota informed 10 ambulances have been kept on standby round the clock to attend to the public in need of emergency amid the coronavirus crisis. The general public may call the hotline number 102 to inquire about the services. The ruling Nepal Communist Party has called for a party secretariat meeting to discuss on the irregularities seen during the procurement of essential medical equipment to test coronavirus. The government has also faced criticisms for the lack of management of the medical equipment. The meeting has been called for this afternoon. We have a report.
Leaders of the ruling party have criticized the government for failing to stock medical kits and equipment to combat coronavirus and for failing to determine the preparation time. The government's decision to contract a private company without following an official bid process, according to the leaders, has resulted in the purchase of medical goods of substandard quality and that too at inflated prices. The procurement process eventually had to be scrapped following reports of widespread irregularities. Amid the turmoil, government is yet to take actions against officials and political leaders involved in the faulty procurement process. Meanwhile, the government has decided to allow Nepal Army to facilitate for the government-to-government procurement of medical equipment. Analysts say the government decision has given way to Army overpowering the civil administration. Ruling party spokesperson Narayan Kaji Shrestha says the party secretariat meeting slated for Tuesday will dwell on the government's failure to manage resources despite the urgency of the hour.
स्वाभाविक रूपमा अहिले देश कोभिड-19 को प्रकोपबाट अब अहिले जो प्रकोप झेलिरहेको छ र हामी यसको सन्दर्भमा अहिले संघीय सरकारको नेतृत्वमा तीनै तहका सरकारहरू, राजनीतिक पार्टीहरू, नागरिक समाज र आम जनसमुदाय एकताबद्ध भएर यसमाथि विजय प्राप्त गर्न अगाडि बढिरहेको अवस्था छ। यसका बारेमा अहिलेसम्मको नीति, योजना र कदमहरूको बारेमा समीक्षा गर्ने र यसलाई अझ बढी चाहिँ प्रभावकारी ढंगले रोकथाम र नियन्त्रण कसरी गर्ने भन्ने बारेमा नै छलफल गर्नु अबको सचिवालयको मुख्य कार्यसूची हुनेछ।
Leaders of the ruling party have criticized the government for failing to make use of the lockdown to control the virus spread. The leadership at the Health Ministry has also been criticized for its shortcomings. Ruling party leaders have also expressed dissatisfaction over the government's decision to hand over the responsibility of procuring medical equipment to Nepal Army.
समग्र रूपमा त्यसको समीक्षा गर्नुपर्थ्यो। आपूर्ति प्रणालीको स्थिति के छ, स्वास्थ्य उपचारको स्थिति के छ, कस्ता सामग्रीहरू ल्याउने तयारी भएको छ, अब कसरी अगाडि जाने, समग्र पार्टी पंक्तिलाई कसरी हामीले सन्देश दिने, कसरी जनतालाई सन्देश दिने, अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सम्बन्धको क्षेत्रमा के गर्ने, यी सम्पूर्ण कुराहरूलाई अत्यन्त व्यवस्थित रूपमा सचिवालयमा छलफल गर्ने, सरकारले त्यसलाई मार्गनिर्देशनको रूपमा ग्रहण गर्ने, त्यसपछि पार्टी पंक्तिलाई पनि निर्देशन दिने, जनतालाई पनि तदनुकूल जानकारी गराउने, यो गरेको भए अत्यन्तै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो।
Senior leader Jhalnath Khanal has also demanded a review of the government's decision. Given the scenario, the Tuesday meeting of the ruling party is viewed with heightened significance.
Welcome back. The government has sent expert teams to the worst affected districts to conduct rapid tests on the novel coronavirus. A 9-member team from the Health Ministry has been dispatched to the worst affected districts where they will conduct tests on the samples collected and will also see the effectiveness of the available equipment. The government had imported 75,000 units of rapid test kits from China. As per the decision taken, the government has dispatched the 9-member team to the worst affected districts of Kailali, Kantipur and Baglum. The team will first collect 3 samples for the rapid tests, and the collected samples will be sent to the labs to conduct the tests through PCR process. Vegetables at the wholesale outlets in the capital are going wasted despite a 60% reduction in their prices and a decrease in supply. As 30% of the vegetable stock has gone to waste, preparations are underway to open temporary markets in 10 different places in the capital. We have a report.
This market in Kalimati in the capital is the main wholesale market for vegetables. The market used to import 900 tons of vegetables on a daily basis prior to the lockdown and coronavirus crisis. The amount has gone down to 300 tons, and the prices of vegetables have gone down by up to 60%. However, vegetables are still going wasted. According to Kalimati Vegetable Development Committee, the price for tomatoes has dropped down to 35 rupees per kilogram from 60 rupees in the last 4 days. Prices for cauliflower has gone down by a half to 20 rupee per kilogram, and radish has dropped down to 10 rupees from 30, among others. Despite reduced prices and imports, 70% of the vegetables are yet to be sold. Wholesalers say they have been compelled to dispose the remaining vegetables due to lack of consumption. Meanwhile, consumers are still having to pay high prices for vegetables at retailers despite the reduced prices in wholesale market. Retailers have been charging random prices from consumers, citing lack of supply amid the lockdown. Concerned authority responsible for monitoring the market has also remained indifferent. At a time when consumers are prohibited from entering the Kalimati wholesale market to avoid crowding, efforts are underway to end the price disparity through temporary markets in 10 different places in the capital.
It is the 15th day of the nationwide lockdown today. The government has prohibited the general public movement to prevent risks of the spread of coronavirus. However, people from lower economic backgrounds, especially daily wage workers, are walking long distances to reach out to their family members due to the fear of food scarcity. We have a report.
This is Prem Chaudhary, a mason who hails from Sarlahi district. Since the lockdown began, Chaudhary lost his source of income and does not have adequate savings to sustain his living during the lockdown period. Although long and difficult journey, Chaudhary has decided he will travel on foot till his home district, where he won't have to starve to death.
पनि छोराछोरी अहिले आत्तिकै छन् छिटो आऊ के हो के कोरोना भाइरसले गर्दा मर्छौं कि बाँच्छौं भन्ने पनि केही उही नै छैन सर के छोराछोरीको मुख पनि हेर्न पाइन्छ कि भनेर त्यहाँदेखि हिँडे अनुसार भोकोसोको बसेर पनि सर.
Chaudhary is just a case in point. Many daily wage workers like Chaudhary have risked being arrested or facing actions from security personnel to get to their home districts or to their relatives as the situation turns dire amid extended lockdown. The other group of people who are taking similar risk are students who are supporting their education and their living with trivial jobs at hand. Lockdown, quarantine, social distancing and self-isolation are best strategies to prevent an outbreak of novel coronavirus. However, hundreds of people are taking risky journey to their homes amid government's failure to make proper arrangements of their food and accommodation during this crisis. There is a call for the government to improve its management in the best interests of people most vulnerable to the ongoing crisis.
And here's the question. What can be done to minimize difficulties seen in the treatment of sick people? Your options are A. Coordinate with social organizations, B. Mobilize unified teams, and C. Entrust the security mechanism. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and stay safe.